Hello, I'm Trent, aka oTrademark here, and we are joined by our lovely stream. This is update 30. And what I wanted to talk to you guys about is the two new passives, Diligent and Prodigy. Diligent is actually a series of passives, Diligent 1, 2, and 3. Prodigy is just a new mythic. So Prodigy is essentially Genius 4, okay? Genius 3 got buffed, so Genius 3 is now 60% faster leveling, and then Prodigy is basically Genius 4. So that's really cool. Let's find a Genius here so you guys can see that. So Genius 2 30% and Genius 3 60%. Really cool. Means they just level, it actually just means they require less XP to level. And so you can see here that I've actually been leveling during this 5x XP event, 5 luck, 5 times. I have been leveling my limit broken Endeavor, who I was able to roll Prodigy on, and he's Illusion to Shiny Yu-Gi-Oh! But this guy's almost max level already, and I've been, haven't been opening for that long. So I'm actually gonna pop a shiny boost here, and we're gonna try and max him out. And while we're doing this, I'll talk about Diligent. So Diligent essentially increases the level cap for one unit. So right now in the game, update 30, the level cap is level 335. That was increased from 325, so 10 levels increase. However, if you get Diligent on a fighter, Diligent 1 will increase the cap by 1 level, so it will go from 335 to 336. Diligent 2 will increase the level cap by 3 levels, so you'll, instead of 335, you'll be at 338. And then Diligent 3, which is the Mythical, will increase your level cap all the way up to 5 levels, so that's 340 in the current update. Now the thing about Prodigy and Diligent is they are basically transition passives, all right? And I was talking about this earlier in the stream, but I will just kind of rehash what I was saying. The goal now is when you get a new fighter, so let's say that I got like a new Gyomei right here. What you want to do is, as soon as you get a new fighter, which you know you're going to use, so if it's like the new secret from the new world and you know you're going to limit break that secret and you're going to use it on your team as one of your strongest units, what you want to do is immediately roll for your passive. Assuming that you have shards for that world, you might not be able to obviously roll the new secret, but you're going to roll a passive, and if you get Genius 2, Genius 3, or Prodigy, that is perfect. That's ideal. That's what you want, because you're going to be able to max out that unit 30%, 60%, or 100% faster than without that. So that's the first thing you do. You roll for a passive. If you land on Genius or Prodigy, level it up to max level. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now. We have Prodigy on this unit. We're leveling up to max level. Now, once we hit 335, that's where you will go and roll for your another passive. So you're going to roll off of Genius or Prodigy. And what you're hoping for, the ideal scenario, is getting Diligent. Now, Diligent 2, I would keep Diligent 2. I mean, I would keep any of the Diligents, really, because if you hit, here's the thing. If you, let's say that we rolled Diligent 1, we could go from 335 to 336, and once we have that extra level, we can just roll off a Diligent 1. You don't have to keep the passive on the fighter to get the bonus. You just have to level it up while that passive is on the fighter. So again, let's say after we're done maxing this unit out, if we could get Diligent 1, we'd go to 336. If we got Diligent 2, we'd go to 338. And then if we got Diligent 3, we'd go all the way to 340. The problem is, with the new incubators, it's actually very, very hard to level up the last levels of an update. So like 330 to 335 is difficult, but 335 to 340 is like exponentially more difficult. So it's just one of those things where it's going to be very hard to do, but if you can do it, there is a ton of value in getting those bonus levels there. Okay, guys, there's a ton of value in that if you can do it. So here's kind of what I'm looking at. In the future, it's going to be very, very important for you guys to be playing during the time, luck, and XP events. Okay, if you don't play during the events, you're missing out on so much, because this is essentially 5x time is like packing 10 days into 2 days, right? Plus 5 luck is like packing an additional, you know, not quite 5x luck because it's only plus 5 luck, but it's like getting way more rares than you would typically get. And then the 5x XP is like fusing 5 times as many, or 5 days worth per day of opening. So what I'm getting at is, if you want to level a unit all the way to max level, and then you want to get diligent all the way up to like 338, 340, you're really going to have to play and have tons of resources saved up so you can do a ton of max opens during this event, just like I'm doing right here. You know, do your best, try and push it up, but just keep in mind it's a pretty heavy investment to get a unit to max level and then up to, you know, the diligent above the cap. I assume getting to 340. I mean, look, this is basically, I'm maxed out on everything that I can possibly do to level as fast as possible. And yet it still is going to take me, you know, this is just to get to 335. We have the hardest 5 levels coming up that are going to exponentially increase the amount of XP required. So that's the thing. Those are what Prodigy and Diligent passives do. I do think they're going to be important to the meta, but only for the very, very end game players, like the players that are going for like DPS leaderboard, the players that are pushing the ultimate time trial levels up, right? It's going to be important for those players. Most players, though, I would say are not going to get great value out of Diligent. Okay, if you're struggling to max out your fighters normally each update, you don't have very many max level fighters or any at all, then you're not going to have any value out of Diligent. So because every time an update comes, if you keep Diligent on it, you're just, long story short, you're losing out on value if you can't cap it out quickly. So yep, it's one of those niche passives, which I think Prodigy is honestly going to be a bigger MVP. You guys know I've always been a huge proponent of Genius 3. Now Prodigy is basically Genius 4, and it's, you can see I'm burning through the levels. This guy is almost capped here because I've literally just been fusing into him, right? So as soon as we max him out here, we can actually roll off of Prodigy. I could keep Prodigy 3 on it. I could always keep it, but because this is a limitless endeavor, he's kind of outdated. And so I want to squeeze all of the value out of him right now while I can. So we'll go ahead and end the tiny task right here. We'll fuse into this. This should be the last fuse. He'll get to max level. And then there you go. So 444 KO, we reached the max cap. And now if I think I do have a Diligent unit right here. So this Famu, he's got Diligent too, so he can go all the way to 338. But I'm actually going to just roll for Diligent on this unit to see if we can get it. Okay, so we're gonna roll off Prodigy, say goodbye Prodigy, and we're gonna go for a Diligent, which will allow us to increase our level cap. Like I said, we're at the level cap here. And sorry, I never said what you do after you max out. So with Diligent 2, let's say we max out at 338. After you're done with that, then you roll for your DPS passive. And so a 338 limitless endeavor with Ace and something like, that would have been so clutch to get Diligent 3 there. But yeah, like a unit, you basically can get extra value out of your older units that you're no longer using by rolling off of one of their passives. Like let's say that this has Ace Tac 3, which is a great combo, but an Ace Tac 3 endeavor is not going to be like one of my top 6 fighters, right? So I could squeeze out some extra value by rolling to Diligent. So look, do I hit Diligent 1? No. You roll to Diligent, you max out at the new level cap, and then you roll back to Tac 3 or to, you know, some DPS passive, and you can basically squeeze out some extra value out of your units. 3 levels, guys, don't underestimate the damage that 3 levels is going to provide. It's going to be super valuable to get in those extra levels, especially if you can hit Diligent 3 and get 5 bonus levels. The thing is, if you have the resources to level up and you reach those caps during the XP event, it will be worth it for the update. Yeah, King is a cutie was in here earlier. He was asking if he should roll off of, like, so as an example, should I roll off of something like right here, this monster TAC 3? Should I roll off of TAC 3 for Diligent to increase the level cap and then roll back to TAC 3? Yes, that is a viable strategy, but it's going to be very expensive to do that, right? Because on a Limitless Divine, every roll is 30 shards. So if you're trying to hit Diligent just to increase it, oh, okay. I was gonna say Sorcerer 3 was buffed. It got an ult damage multiplier. I guess I'll do a DPS passive tier list. I've been meaning to do one. So now that all these passes were changed, I'll do a damage tier list soon. But the point is, if you try, you could say this is scripted. Streamer luck. Streamer luck. Give it to me. Streamer luck. I can't believe we hit this on video. That's right, guys. We didn't have even that many shards, and we hit the Diligent 3 right after maxing the Prodigy, which means this is exactly the scenario that you want to take advantage of this, of the new passives. Okay, Prodigy to max level, Diligent to even higher max level, and then the last piece of the puzzle is once we get this Endeavor, or this Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess he's illusioned. Once we get this Yu-Gi-Oh to 340, we're gonna roll for attack 3 or something that will really benefit, and you guys will see this will be my strongest unit. Assuming that we can hit ace tac 3, this will be my strongest unit that I have. It's even gonna beat out my monster tac 3 Kaido, right? Or monster blessing Kaido, right? Even if we max out Kaido, you'll see just how valuable those extra 5 levels are gonna be. So we'll head back over to basically Hero Village, and I'm going to be opening for this time event. Open as much as you guys can. Like I said, the value of the time, luck, and XP event is opening. Open the entire event if you have enough resources. If you don't, then farm the new defense mode for more max open tokens. If you don't have enough yen, unfortunately, you probably should have prepped before the event, but you can farm some yen. It's just going to be slower because there's no damage event going on. All right. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I still have a freaking okay. Help. Okay. Oh no, wait. We just got Diligent 3. We want to level into that. Mind fart for a second. Okay, so we're still leveling into Yu-Gi-Oh, but let me just show you guys. This is what I really wanted to show you guys. This is with Shiny Boost, Shiny Pot, Super XP, Super Luck, and we are currently at 24.75 luck, I believe, right? Let me just verify that. Yeah, 24.75. Even with all of those things, these last 5 levels are going to be insanely slow, right? Like, I mean, I'm getting a sliver, but this is on 335 to 336. The easiest level of these 5 to get is going to be painfully slow. Hopefully by tomorrow, we're going to have this guy at 340 and I can roll to, tac 3 and show you guys. But I'm just, putting a disclaimer that even though Diligent 3 is awesome in the very late game meta, it might not be the passive that you want if you don't have enough resources to actually level these fighters up. But anyways, guys, that is it for me. I'm pretty super stoked that, like, literally the video that we wanted to talk about, Prodigy and Diligent, we hit them both. What can I say, man? When we start these streams up, the streamer luck gets going. I wish I could have that all the time, but that's it for me. Malo Alpito, thanks for watching, and peace. I'm out of here.